Welcome to Yinja Moves, where we grow together in strength, balance, flexibility, and more. All levels welcome, although familiarity with yoga postures is preferred. Do what you can, pause when you need to, and know that yoga is not about forcing, comparing, or nailing the perfect pose. Listen to your body, observe what comes up for you, and breathe with that awareness. Today's class focuses on flexibility with hip release and hamstring stretching. Begin in child's pose. Settle in here, come back to the breath, allow everything to soften. Rise up onto your forearms. Press into the ground as you shift your hips back towards your heels. Keep going with this motion, leaning forward, press into the forearms, and keep that contraction as you move back. Just like an active stretch with movement, leaning forward, and as you peel back, send the hips towards the heels. Keep squeezing throughout this movement. Walk your hands over towards the right side. Keep your forearms parallel, lean over the forearms, and same thing. Squeeze as you lift the hips, send them back. Come back forward, press into the ground as you move. Taking this slow. Keep it within a range that's comfortable for you. Walk over to the left side. Forearms down, shift over the forearms. Keep them parallel. And press into the ground as you send the hips back. Go at your own pace throughout this flow and maintain that contraction as you move. Bring your hands back onto the mat. Child's pose. Come up to tabletop position. Keep your wrists under your shoulders. Cat-cow flow. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Move with your breath at your own pace. Keep going with your cat-cow flow. This time add in circles. Rolling the spine around from side to side as you move into flexion and extension. Creating nice movement in the shoulders, spine, and hips. Go the other direction. And come back to a neutral spine. Extend your right leg straight out to the side. And walk your hands forward. Melt your chest down to the mat. Bring the right leg in, other side. Extend your left leg straight out to the side. Walk the hands forward and lower. Bring your left knee back onto the mat. Keep your hips above the knees. Walk your hands forward, puppy pose. Bring the chest down. Lower the forehead to the mat or place your chin on the mat. Keep your elbows down. Shift forward as you lower the hips into Sphinx pose. Keep your forearms parallel to each other. Elbows under the shoulders. Broaden through the collarbones and lift. Fingers wide, stay active, and keep lifting through the sternum. Come down and bring your hands by your sides at your low ribs, squeeze the elbows together, and we'll press up to downward facing dog. Stay for 3 breaths. Walk up to the top of the mat. Forward fold. If you need to, keep a little bend in the knee, but see if you can keep your legs straight. Flex your quads and reach down. Let gravity do the work here. Relax the head and neck. Press your knees back if you can. And roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, reach long. Exhale, bend to your right side as you grab the left wrist. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend to the left side. Inhale through center, nice and long. Exhale, fold, swan dive. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step her out back, Vinyasa flow. Chaturanga. Into cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Feel free to skip your Vinyasa flow whenever you like. Walker step to the top. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Inhale, rise all the way. Exhale, bend to the right side. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Walker step to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale. Forward fold as you breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Vinyasa flow or down dog, exhale. If you're taking a flow, chaturanga into your back bend. And back to that downward facing dog. Top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend to the left. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, or down dog. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right foot forward into a lunge, lower the left knee. We'll keep the left knee under the hip so that both legs are at 90 degrees. Squeeze your left glutes as you tuck your tailbone under and shift forward and back slightly, a few times, just an inch or two. Keep squeezing the left glutes as you shift with a posterior tilt in the pelvis. And now bring your right hand inside your right knee. Lift your left arm, twist towards the left, and bend to your right side. Keep squeezing the left glutes and tucking the pelvis forward. Twisting and bending, breathing. Frame your foot, hands back down. Half splits. As you send your hips back, the right leg straightens. Keep flexing your right foot. Inhale, come back to your lunge. Exhale, shift back to half splits. Stay active in that right leg. Go back and forth here as a flow. Reach your right toes to the sky. Lunge forward, half splits. Staying active in the right leg. Come back to your lunge. Lift the back knee, runner's lunge. Vinyasa flow, exhale, or down dog. Step your left foot forward. Drop the back knee. Again, keep your legs at 90 degrees. Your right knee is right underneath the hip. Squeeze the right glutes as you shift forward and back. Keep the movement small. Maintain a posterior tilt. And bring your left hand inside the left knee. Reach your right arm to the sky. Twist to the right and bend to the left. Keep squeezing. Breathe deeply. And bring your hands back down to frame the left foot. Send the hips back, left leg straightens. Flex the left foot, half splits. Shift forward on the inhale, lunge, lift the sternum. Exhale, half splits. Take it at your pace. Keep flexing the left foot as you come back. Come back to your lunge, raise the back knee. On your exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Raise your right leg, three-legged dog, and stack the hip. Bring your right heel towards your glutes. Breathe deeply as you open up the hip here. Straighten your right leg, bring it down, downward facing dog. Other side, lift your left leg. Stack the hip. And straighten your leg behind you. Bring your foot down, downward facing dog. Send the knees to the mat, tabletop. And bring your right shin in front of you for a pigeon pose, but we'll keep both legs at 90 degrees again. So 90-90 pigeon. Make sure you sit up tall. Use no hands, or if you need to, bring your fingertips behind you for support. Keep your feet where they are and shift towards the back of the mat so that your left shin is in front. Stay as tall as you can. Move through this flow at your own pace, either with no hands or hands behind you on the ground. Bring your legs into their full range of motion as you shift from side to side. Stay as tall as you can. Come back to the top of the mat. Bring your right forearm down. Side plank on the forearm. With straight legs, lift your top leg. If this is too much, then you can come onto your knees with your legs bent at 45 degrees. Forearm side plank. Left leg is hovering. Lower the hips, slide your knees up, keep the knees stacked, legs at 45 degrees. Bring your left hand to your hip, and we're going to lift straight up from here, pressing into the outside of that right knee as you lift your left knee to the sky. Side plank, clamshell. Come down onto both forearms on your belly, roll to the other side. Come onto the left forearm, side plank. Maybe reach your right arm up. Hover your right leg. And come down. Slide your legs up. Keep them at 45 degrees. Knees are stacked. Right hand to your hip as you lift your hips and open up the right knee. Side plank clamshell. Come down onto both forearms. We're going to roll out the hip, As you're on your forearms, lift your right knee up towards your head, out to the side, and bring it around. Go for 10. If it's too much on the forearms, press into the hands instead. We're going for 10. Rolling out the right hip. After 10, reverse. Reach your right foot back and roll your knee up. Keep the core strong with these rotations. And switch sides. Reach your left knee upwards and then swing it around. Go for 10 here. Keep your core strong. Go the other direction. You'll reach your foot back, swing it around to the side as your knee comes up towards the arm. Again, 10 on this side. Bring the knee down once you've finished. And bring your knees forward, come to sit on the heels. Place your hands on your thighs. Move into circles here. Moving the torso forward and back in circular motions. Go the other direction. And back to tabletop. Sphinx pose, forearms down. Slide your right knee up to your side so that your foot is on the outside. Lean into your right forearm and extend your left arm out to the side. Press away from your left hand as you twist to the left. Your right knee is up at your side, your right forearm is down, and you're twisting to the left as your left arm is straight, pushing into the ground, helping you twist. Come back down and reach your arms to the right side. Bring both forearms back on the mat, send the right leg back behind you, and raise your left knee. Lean into your left forearm, take your right hand out to the side off of the mat, twist towards the right as you straighten the right arm. Back through center and reach your arms over to the left side off the mat. Lower the chest. Come back onto the mat, onto your forearms, and extend your left leg back behind you. Hands by your side, press up to tabletop. And with your hands under your shoulders, come into shoulder rolls. Rolling your shoulder up towards the ear and back. Go the other direction, reaching the shoulders down and rolling them up towards the ears. Press back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet to the top of the mat, forward fold. Again, if you can, straighten the legs, engage your quads. Let gravity do the work here as you fold. Halfway lift as you inhale. And step back, downward facing dog. Bring your knees to the mat, tabletop, cat-cow flow. Come back to this flow for a moment. With your breath at your pace. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot wide, lizard lunge. Keep the back knee lifted. Lizard lunge pulses. Shift the hips up and down. Go to your range. And pause. Lower your left heel and turn your right toes to the side. Lean into your left hand and lower your hips. So you're leaning onto your left hand and your left hip. Your right toes are pointed to the side with the knee up, and you're on the outer edge of the left foot. Shaolin stretch. Come back to your lizard lunge. Keep the left knee down. Reach for that left foot with your right hand. And if it feels too far, take a block or two underneath your left hand inside the right foot so that you can be closer to grabbing your back foot with the right hand. drawing the hips down and squeezing the left glutes. Corkscrew pose. Release the back foot down. Plant your hands and raise the back knee. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or down dog. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Step your left foot wide outside of left hand. Keep the back knee lifted, lizard lunge. Move into those pulses. Pulse the hips up and down. Pause here. Drop your right heel. Turn your left toes out to the side. Lower your right hip to the ground. So you're leaning on your right hand and your right hip. Left leg is bent with the toes pointing away from the mat. And you're on the outer edge of the right foot. Deep breaths in a stretch, whether your hips are to the floor or not. Come back forward to your lizard lunge. Keep the back knee down. Corkscrew pose. Reach the left hand back for the right foot. Again, if the back foot is too far to reach, place a block or two underneath the right hand. Or bring your legs to 90 degrees in a lunge. Squeeze the right glutes, whether you're here or in a lunge. Release the back foot. Raise the knee, runner's lunge, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Step your right foot forward. Pyramid pose. Shorten the stance between your feet. Back foot at 45 degrees. Keep reaching the spine long. And make sure you send that right hip back so that the hips are square. Pyramid pose. Feel free to use blocks at the side here. Right leg is straight. If you need to, keep a little bend in the knee. Deep breathing. Rise up halfway and pivot towards the left side of your mat. Wide-legged forward fold. Keep your legs active. Parallel the feet, engage the quads and the glutes. hands to your hips and shift slightly from side to side. Keep a little bend in each knee as you shift. Take your hands down. Wide-legged cat-cow. Inhale to your cow. And exhale cat, round the back. Inhale cow. Exhale cat. Inhale cow pose. Exhale cat pose. Walk your hands back, behind your legs. Go as far as you can and fold. Bring your hands forward. Walk your hands towards your right foot. Either grab anywhere in the leg or your foot. Fold down as you twist. Wide-legged fold with a twist. And if you want more here, reach your right arm behind your legs as you twist over the right leg. Slowly come back through center, other side. Twist towards your left leg and fold. Your hands can be on a block here inside the left foot or on your leg or your foot. And if you want some more, reach your left arm through the legs behind you as you twist. On your exhale, come back forward. Keep your left hand right under your chin. Reach the right arm to the sky as you twist. Right hand comes down. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, other side. Go at your own pace. Come back to your wide-legged fold and pivot towards the right foot, top of the mat runner's lunge. Step the left foot forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Bring your feet wide, Malasana, yogi squat. Place your hands together. Press the knees away with your elbows. And now bring your fingertips in front of you. Raise your heels and start to send your knees in and out. Fan your legs in and out as you squeeze your glutes. Stay active in your glutes and your hips. Keep going at your pace. Sending the knees in and out on the ball of the foot as you squeeze. Come down onto the heels, back to your squat, and reach your arms forward as you fold as much as you can. As you inhale, rise up, lift the heels, squeeze the arms, and come down on the exhale, fold. Inhale, lift, arms wide and squeeze. Exhale, come down. Inhale, heels come up, arms wide. Exhale, heels down and fold. Forward fold right from here. Halfway lift. And fold again. Hold for a moment. Flex your quads. And release your hands down. Bend one knee at a time. Your hands can be on a block here, or fingertips, or palms down to the ground. Bending one knee at a time. Flat back, inhale. Step your right foot back, exhale. Pyramid pose, left side. Adjust your stance. Lengthen through the spine and send your left hip back so that your hips are squared. Walk your right foot forward to meet your left, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your knees down under your hips and we'll stand on our knees. Keep them hip width apart. Half camel. Reach for your right heel as you reach your left arm to the sky, back bend. Rise up with strength and reach your left hand back for the left heel. Right arm comes over. Go back and forth with this flow. If it's too much to grab the heel, you can grab a block behind you or keep your hand behind your back and come into a partial back bend. With your breath, half camel, and slowly take your hands back down to the mat. Sit onto the heels. Move into some circles here. Sit up tall. Bring your hands behind your back, interlace your hands, reach your arms straight behind, squeeze. Deep breaths here. Your hands are clasped, your arms are straight, reaching behind you, opening up the chest and the shoulders. And release, hands down to the mat. Bring your knees wide, hips over the knees, puppy pose. Reach your arms long and lower the chest. Forearms down, Sphinx pose. Lean into your left forearm. And grab your right foot with your right hand. Keep lifting, pressing through that left forearm. Stay active. And if you want a little more, place the palm of your hand on top of the foot and reach your fingers around the toes. Point the elbow back. And if you want even more here, you could straighten the right arm and lift, press the ground away, coming into more of a back bend. Slowly release your foot, come to the other side. Lean into your right forearm, grab your left foot. Maybe straighten that right arm. Keep lifting. And slowly release. Lower down and reach your arms straight back. Bow pose. Grab your feet or your ankles and lift, kick the feet into the hands. Squeeze the posterior chain Stay with that breath as you lift and squeeze as much as you can. Give it one last big squeeze and relax down. Straighten your arms and legs. Bring your hands by your side. Press back to downward facing dog. Bring your knees back to the mat. Slide over to the left side of the mat, frog splits. If these are intense at first, feel free to keep your feet together or keep your feet behind your knees. Lean onto your hands or your forearms and shift gently forward and back. Maintain deep breathing here. We're in a frog split, shifting forward and back. Pause here and come into an anterior and posterior tilt, back and forth at your own pace. Sending the tailbone to the sky as you arch, and then tucking the tailbone under as you round. Try keeping most of the movement in the pelvis. Breathe deeply. Pause here. Shift forward on your forearms and raise your right foot. Shift back and raise the left foot as you lean forward. Repeat this at your own pace. Shift forward, raise your leg. Send the hips back and shift forward, raise the other leg. Moving into internal rotation. Back to your frog, both feet down. Bring your knees back together and face the top of the mat. Child's pose for a moment. Come onto your seat. Face the side of your mat again. Straddle. Extend both legs out to the side, at least at 90 degrees. Sit up tall. Flex the feet, point the toes and the knees to the sky. Feel free to use a block here in front of you. Start to shift forward with your torso without compromising the length in your spine. Even if that's 2 inches or 6 inches or more. See if you can shift forward, either holding it and breathing, or coming up and down, maintaining a tall spine in your straddle. Keep breathing deeply. Rise up, sit up tall. Take a quick moment to roll it out in your straddle. Find rolls going in both directions. Take your hands outside of your knees and gently guide your legs back together. Face the front of the mat, butterfly, bound angle. Feel free to hold it or bring the knees up and down. Coming out of that straddle, cast. And come on to your back, supine position. Hug your knees into the chest. Send your hips to the right side of the mat, supine twist. Let your legs fall over to the left, gaze over the right arm. Come back to center. Other side. Shift your hips to the left side of the mat. Let your legs fall over to the right, gaze over the left arm. Supine twist. Back to center. Hug the knees into the chest one last time. Give it a little squeeze. Shavasana. Sailing in your practice here, feel free to stay as long as you need to.